Hello, good morning. It's good to see you today, Miss Angelica. As you know, my name is Eliza, the manager of this company that you applied for. And today is your final interview. But before we start, how are you feeling today?
Good morning, Ma'am Eliza. Good to see you too. As you can see, I'm very happy today.
Okay, good to know that. Shall we proceed to your interview?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for our start, I want to know what is your greatest achievement during your previous work?
Okay, I would say my greatest achievement was winning a really important sales contract for my previous employer. Now, we won the contract by sitting down as part of a team. First of all, and deciding what we were going to do, win this contract, and throughout the progress we could. The needs of the client first, and that was crucial to our success. We then allocated team tasks based on each individual's strengths, and we worked tirelessly together to win the sales contract. And on the day that the manager came into our office to tell us we won the contract, it was the brilliant feelings. It was a great achievement because the competition that we were up against was first, and it was also more important, a brilliant financial boost for our employer.
Okay, next. Tell me about a time that you experienced conflict in your previous position.
When I first started working in my previous role, I was attending an important team meeting. Now, during this team meeting, we were required to discuss the different ways that we were going to complete a project. And I had numerous ideas and suggestions for helping us to achieve our objectives. However, every time I put forward an idea, a senior member of the team kept being dismissive of them. And it occurred to me that every time I put forward an idea, he would be even more decisive. Now, I never said anything during the team meeting because I didn't want to be disruptive, and I wanted to came across in a professional manner. However, once the team meeting was over, I spoke to him in private, and I asked him in a professional and respectful way why he kept being dismissive of my ideas. Now, he said to me that he wasn't aware that he was being dismissive. However, I am glad that I spoke to him about it because moving forward, he asked me to contribute more during every team meeting that I attended, and I actually built up a really good working relationship with him. So I was glad that I spoke to him in private about my concerns, and I believe that I have the professionalism and maturity to deal with any conflict as and when it occurs.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now tell me three positive and three negative things about you.
I would say that the three positive things about me include number one, I am commercially aware, so that means I understand that for your business to continually succeed, it needs people like me to be their jobs properly and to grow within the rules. Number two, I am the type of person who will always take ownership of difficult challenges and problems. I will never be shy away from a problem within a team or within a company. And the number three, I am very positive about change. I understand that for a company to always be able to beat its competitors, you need to implement change. And all staff need to embrace it in respect to the negative things. Having reviewed my own performance in the past, I would say number one, I tend to get embarrassed quite easily. Two, I find it difficult letting go of projects. So whenever I'm involved in a project, I get really immersed in it. And I find it hard letting go wherever I am trying to more mindful in those situations and to let the project go into move on to the next one. And finally, the third is I would say that I am too hard on myself and I tend to worry too much. Those are the three negative things about me. But as I said, I am being more mindful in those situations. And I am the type of a person who will always take an constructive feedback and look for improvement.
Next, if we give the job to you and you soon realize that it wasn't what you expected, what would you do?
That won't happen. And the reason why it won't happen is because I spent quite a lot of time studying the job advert, the job description, and the person specification. So I am very confident that I already have the skills, the qualities, the experience, and the knowledge to be able to contribute to the team. I also enjoy this type of work, so I will never get bored and I will always look for different ways to progress in the role and taking on different duties and responsibilities. I also spend time researching your company, your products and services are outstanding. I'll even try them myself so I know that everything you do is with good intentions and your standards are high. And I will also feel proud to work for your company so that would never happen. I'm confident of that.
Okay. So what would you do if you didn't get on with someone in your team?
If ever I found myself in a type of situation, I would take action, take positive steps to put it right as soon as possible. Because I think it's in the best interest that we all get on together as a team. Because that help us to be more productive. I would assess my own performance. I would assess my own action to see whether I was saying anything or doing anything that was impinging on our ability to have a positive relationship. I would then speak to them in private to find out if we could came up with a way and capable way or suggest perhaps that we should work together, closely together on a task or project because that would help to improve our relationship. And I would also perhaps suggest that we should meet up outside of work.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer of yours. Okay, so the next is, why should we choose you over the other candidates?
I believe you should choose me for 7 reasons. The first reason is I already have the relevant skills and knowledge and experience to came into the position to get up to spin quickly and to start contributing to the business's objectives. The second is everything that I possess professionally is a match for the job description. The third is I have a track record of achievement, so I guarantee to you that everything I do within this role will be aimed at helping your organization to be successful for a commercial and financial perspective. The fourth is I am commercially aware that as I mentioned previously, I understand that you taking me on this role is an investment and I need to pay that on monthly basis by carrying out work that is productive and that helps your company beat its competitors. The fifth reason why you should choose me is because I am the type of a person who will always go above and beyond. What is expected, so many duties or responsibilities that you need me to do that fall outside of the job description, I will take them on willingly. The sixth reason is I am positive about change. As I mentioned previously, I understand how important change is. I will embrace it and I will encourage other people in the team to do the same. And finally, the number seven, I'm the type of person who will always improve. So I will take responsibility for many ongoing, continuously professional development.
Okay, very good. Okay, now, can you tell me what is your biggest weakness?
I believe my biggest weakness is the fact that I am not yet very confident at public speaking in front of large groups of people. This is an area that I do willingly want to improve in. And if there are any opportunities within this role where I could carry out presentations or talk to large groups of people, then I would certainly take on the challenge. I've already been trying to improve in this area. And I did enroll into a online training course through the website academy.com that has been teaching me how to improve my presentation skills. So I do want to improve on this area.
Okay. Okay, now, can you tell me why do you want to leave your job?
I want to leave my job simply because I feel it is time for a change. My employer has been fantastic. They've been very supportive of me, and we've achieved many great things together. However, I feel I have so much more to offer, and I want to work for a new organization such as yours that has exciting, ambitious plans for the future. And also within this role where I feel I will be pushed and challenged, which is important to me. I want to feel like I am constantly growing within the role that I occupy, and I've been attracted to your company for same time now. So as soon I saw the job advertised, I know that I was going to apply.
So now, tell me what would you do in the first 30 days of your starting in the role?
So I already have a plan in place of what I will do within the first 30 days of starting. The first thing I will do is sit down with my manager to obtain a brief of what he or she wanted me to do, achieve within the role. This would be important because it would give me clear objectives of what I would need to do in the position. I would then spend some time formulating a concise plan for action and for myself, and this will determine the exact steps I would need to follow to reach my objectives, and I would then spend some time getting to know my team. It would be important to introduce myself to my coworkers, find out their strengths, and then also enable to me determine how I can help the team achieve it under its objectives. Finally, I would set to work on numerous important projects and tasks to show you what I am capable of, and also to help the organizations move forward from a commercial and financial perspective.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Angelica. I like the way you answer my questions. By the way, I don't have any questions anymore. Thank you so much. And we will be giving you a call back about what is the result of this interview.
Thank you, ma'am, for your time, and I hope that I will become one of your employees. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, hello, good morning. It's good to see you. Today, Miss Eliza, as you know, my name is Angelica. I am the manager of this BPO company, and today is your final interview. But before we start, how are you feeling today?
Good morning, Ma'am Angelica. It's good to see you too. As you can see, I'm very happy to be here today.
Okay, good to know that. Shall we proceed to our interview?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What would you do in the first 30 days of starting in the role?
I already have plans in place of what I would do in the first 30 days of my starting. The first thing I would do is sit down with my manager to obtain a brief of what he or she wanted me to achieve with this role. This would be important because it would give me a clear objectives of what I would need to do in this position. I would then spend some time formulating a concise plan of action for myself, and I would determine the exact steps of what I would need to do to follow and to reach my objectives. I would then spend time getting to know my team. It would be important to introduce myself to my coworkers to find out their strengths and weaknesses.
Hey, great. So, tell me about a time you experienced conflict in your previous position.
Um, when I first started working in my previous role or position, I was attending an important team meeting. Now, during this team meeting, we were required to discuss the different ways that we were going to complete a project. And I have numerous ideas and suggestions for helping us to achieve our objectives. Now, every time I forward an idea, a senior member of our team kept being dismissive of them, and it appeared to me that every time I forward an idea, he would be even more dismissive. Now I never said anything during the meeting because I didn't want to be destructive, and I want to come across a professional way.
Tell me three positive things about you.
I would say that the three positive things about me includes number one, I am commercially aware. So that means I understand that for your business to continually succeed, it needs people like me to do their jobs properly and to grow within this type of roles. Number two, I am the type of person who will always take ownership of different challenges and problems. I will never shy away from the problems within a team or within the company. And number three, I am very positive and about changes. I understand that for a company to always be able to beat its competitors, you need to implement changes, and staffs need to embrace it, in respect of the negative things having reviewed in my performance in the past.
What or tell me your biggest weaknesses.
I believe that my biggest weakness is public speaking. The fact that I am not very confident at public speaking or in front of large group of people, this area that I would do genuinely want to improve. And if there are any opportunities with this role that I could carry out presentations or talk to large group of people, then I would certainly take the challenge I've already been trying to improve.
So, if we gave the job to you and you soon realized it wasn't what you expected, what would you do?
Oh, that won't happen, ma'am, because I spent quite a lot of time studying the job advert, the job description, and the job specification. So I am very confident that I already have the skills and the knowledge to be able to contribute to the team. I also enjoy this type of work, so I will never get bored, and I will always look forward and look for different ways to improve my role.
Why do you want to leave your job?
I want to leave my job simply because I feel it is time for a change. My employer has been fantastic. They've been very supportive of me, and we achieved many great things together. However, I feel I have so much more to offer, and I want to work for new organizations such as yours that has exciting ambitious plans for the future, and also within this role where I feel I will be pushed and challenged, which is important to me. I want to feel like I am constantly growing within the role that I occupy, and I've been attracted to your company for some time now. So as soon as I saw the job advertised, I know that I was going to apply.
What would you do if you didn't get on someone in your team?
If ever I found myself in this type of situation, I would take action positively or positive things to put right as soon as possible, because I think it is the best interest that we all get on together as a team, because it helps us to be more productive. I would assess my own performance. I would assess my own action to see whether I was saying anything or doing anything that was impinging our ability to have positive relationship. I would then speak to them in private to find out if we come up with a capable way that we could move forward positively. And I would suggest perhaps that we should work together, closely together on a task or project, because that would help us to improve our relationship. And I would also perhaps suggest that we should meet up outside of work.
So, tell me, or what is your greatest achievement at work?
I would say that my greatest achievement was winning a really important sales contract for my previous employer. Now, we won the contract by setting down as part of a team. At first of all, and deciding what it was we were going to do to won this contract, and throughout the progress we put the needs of the clients first, and it was crucial to our success. We would then allocate the task based on each individual's strengths, and we worked tirelessly together to won the sales contract. And on the day that the manager come into our office to tell us we'd won the contract, it was a brilliant feeling. It was a great achievement, because the the competition we were up against was fierce, and it was also more importantly a brilliant financial boost for our employer.
So, why should we choose you over the other candidates?
I believe you should choose me for so many reasons. The first is I already have the relevant skills and knowledge and experience to come into this position, to speed quickly and to start contributing to the business or company's objectives. Second is everything that passes professionally is matched for the job description. Third is I have a track record of achievements, so I guarantee you that everything I do with this role will be aimed at helping your organization to be successful. Fourth is because I am a type of person who will always go above and beyond what is expected. So any duties and responsibilities that you need me to do that falls outside of the job description, I will take them willingly. And lastly, I am positive about changes. As I mentioned previously, I understand how important changes is. I will embrace it, and I will encourage other people in the team to do the same.
Thank you, Eliza. That's the end of your interview.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Angelica, for your time. I hope I would become one of your employee.
We'll be in touch shortly with the result.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.